What's up? How's it doing, bro? Today is Christmas. 25 December 2025. Kinda rhymes, right? Cool. Finally ended. Right now it's 7:45 p.m. And I'm going to record this not only because I did not made my not internal, right here is just me talking out loud, but I did not made my monologues today in my bed because really I was really tired and I forgot. So yeah, you can judge me on that. Really hot today, bro. Yeah, I don't know how or even where to start, but yeah, I don't know, like everything ended now. I am gratefully with some time to myself, and it's great. Like I was thinking, oh, I need to do something because there's no such thing stopping me right now. I think that this noise, I don't know if it's the microphone is catching, but there's a noise in the background. I really hope that it's the rain coming because, man, I can't stand this heat. Like really, really. I was even thinking this today while I was bathing, and I did not like verbalize it. But yeah, it's rain. I don't know if it's everything closed, but that's not my problem. Yeah, like when it's heat, at least for me, there's no pain, but there is always this lethargic feeling, and I always feel I am a man who sweats a lot, so I always also feel like really dirty, and it's like, my sweat is glowing, my clothes is just so fucking disgusting, man, and I hate. But in case of extreme heat, extreme weather. But in the other hand, when it's freezing, I think that this kind of freezing cold, like brain freeze, or just this pain of feeling really, really cold, low temperature. I just love. Maybe it's one of the pains that that I like the most. I think just standing a list of favorite pains of all time. I think it makes me kind of sadomasochist. Masochist, confused. I think it's like this that it's pronounced. It's kind of it made make me a BDSM user. But now that I mentioned it, so I should really really mention and really end with this subject. So list of best paints in the universe, not ranked. They are just random uh, random number, random order, so I don't take that much of time. Speaking of time, I will go with the list just for a second, but I was thinking, I'll say about this later. So yeah, best pains of guitar sore. It's not really sore, I don't know if it's the term, but these bubbles, calluses, they what a name, man. There's no fucking way that I am so a part of the guitar and consequently of the guitar community that I forgot the name of it. I think it was Wart, no, Wart, but I have the head. Man, what the fuck? What's the name called? Guitar pain from touching the strings. You got calluses, it's one term, but I think here is one more in the case where there's bubbles. What is it called, man? I need to remember it. Fuck it. Next one is I don't know, late muscular pain. In Portuguese, it's like this. Dor muscular cardiac. Cardiac. English, I think, would be like muscular pain, late muscular pain, something like that. I think it's good because it not really bothers so much, even if you touch it. Like it only really ache, feel painful when you touch it, and not really a pleasurable pain to feel, but it's also an indication that you are making progress, that the gene did good, and it's making action on your muscles, because you kind of need to mutilate yourself in order to grow. That's kind of gory, right? So yeah, not always mutilation will let you bad things, because you need to like kind of rip your muscle tissue apart so they grow. You need to, cut inside a thick layer of skin so you can do art. I mean, tattoos in your body. So pain is not always bad. I mean, pain itself is an indication that something is bad, that something's going on. Is your body trying to advise you something. Your body is not meant to be your enemy, but people feel pain, and not only physical pain, but sometimes existential pain, and they think, "Whoa, I need to run from this. My body is my enemy. There's something wrong." So in reality, you don't need to run away from pain. You need to listen to your pain, take something of it, and even if you don't take something of it, you need to practice your fetch. Okay, this sounds really cringe in English. This sounds so fucking horrible in English, but it's amor fati in Latin, right? Nietzsche philosophy. So you need, even if you don't find a meaning to it, why don't you create your own meaning? Came up with it, and so you learn from things that life put in your life, in your path, because life sometimes can be really hard, really unfair, and this is a way to not stay crazy. This kind of profile that I don't really understand, because running was never my reaction due to some shocking things, not shock, but difficult things in life. Normally people run, paralyze, or fight. Usually I fight or paralyze, but I never run. I never run for something. I mean, I run. If I were running right now, I wasn't creating this audio. But when it comes to mental health and these things, I think that my most common behavior is running. And I'm really just throwing some shit on the trash can right now. But I'm talking about this profile of running. It's common in my brother and my grandmother. And I realized this yesterday because he talked to me, and it made so much change. So much. How it's called? So much change. What the fuck? So much. What am I talking about? I'm having brain farts right now. I think that I didn't sleep it well, just because of this Christmas shit, where I was talking about a lot of things with my brother, and also joking, and I laughed a lot, and it was good. The day prior to the Christmas was a really good skate session that I realized that I really stopped of writing skate sessions in my diary, but this was one of the best ones. So many memorable things happened, and left a lot, but yeah. I am lost again. Hell yeah. But it makes so much sense. I think that this was what I was trying to talk about. makes sense because enlightened some theories in my brain, and some of those that I didn't understand back then understood now. It made much more sense because I've already noticed a pattern in him of running, and of getting away from reality with pleasures. Be if the a lot of ways, I don't need really to list all of them, but yeah, when I was, just seeing what my cat was asking to me, and also I would think that I eat some cookie. I thought that there's only thing stopping me for being a gambler, being an addicted crackhead, and it is that I kind of have some level of self-control in the way that I could trace the cause and the consequence of it. And sometimes I just think to myself, okay, this makes me feel good, but there are also downsides too. And that's why I cannot continue, right? So, but I am an addicted person. I don't know how do I got to this. Why, what am I concluding? Where do I want to go? This really sours my head because, yeah, writing is the most slower form of expressing yourself, but it's also the more intricate and refined way, and that's where poems and lyrics really came, because you really need to take your time. Like sometimes you take 15 minutes to explain it in a cool way, in a cool that people will feel, and and feel touched, and will will have a memory of it, instead of just explaining what's going on in your life, and like I'm doing right now with speech in 3 minutes, right? So that is the difference. There's this difference. When it's talk, for me, is the worst one. Mostly when it's not this one-sided conversation, because I've lost myself. I've lost my thought process a lot of times just by this. How many minutes it is? 30 minutes that I'm talking to myself. So I lost myself a lot of times speaking. So imagine with some other people, maybe more than two. How do I get to remember what I talk about? Because for me, listening is not really a problem. I can concentrate and I can understand people really well, unless they're kind of bad at expressing themselves. So I need to really take my time and interpret it. But generally, I consider myself to be a good listener. I really enjoy listening to people. But the thing that makes me uncomfortable about, talking to some other persons is this feeling that I'm forgetting something, I don't know, maybe my mind just keeps with this hammer in my brain telling that, yo man, you're forgetting something important to tell with this guy. Not with this girl, because I don't really talk to girls. Yeah, you are forgetting something important to tell, and then I need to search on my brain what this thing is, because I just know that something's missing, but I don't know what is missing. I need to keep the conversation pace, keep the reading, not let the peteca fall, and listen to the person that is talking, and still, process all this. So it's hard, it's hard. And that's why I don't like that much of conversations, but it's good. And then there's the thoughts where there's no vocalization. It's super fast, but sometimes you lost yourself. Like, yeah, sometimes you really forget what you was talking. What do you where do you got like where do you got there? But for me at least, also the time is I have the tendency to remember what's most important. So yeah, how now that I concluded finally this subject of difference between talk expression and artistic expression, and then written expression, and then expression in your own conscience. Now how do I like continue? I need really sometimes to thinking, and now I'm really realizing how the lack of really speaking, just being an observer for the longest time in my life, like the most part of it, I was just watching along from far, and how this kind of nerfed me in a way that I can really express myself that good, contrary to the way that I express myself when I'm writing or when I'm thinking. I never stop it thinking. It's really impossible to stop thinking. Only if you know, get some deep sleep, but your conscience is still running and make these dreams, and you just don't access it, right? And writing, I'm really writing for a long period of time, man. I think 2024, man, 3 years of writing constantly every day. Not constantly, but at least one paragraph per day I'm writing, and it's really, I like it. Yeah, I like it. Languages, I like writing. Literature, not that much. Like I like, but I don't quite seem to get into it, like animes or games. I really wish to, but I don't know why. I just forget. It's like I have my hyper focus on music, and then I can't, you know, get to these other subjects. This special part of being observer, there was something that I also think about, but I can't seem to get it right now. I don't know if it was that important to sip some water. Hold on. What it was, man? I don't really know. It's impossible. It's really impossible to remember things when you are talking to yourself. Maybe more difficult you to when you are with companion, because sometimes your companion can be kind and be quiet for a while and let you think and remember. Myself, I can't when I'm alone with my thoughts. But yeah, I don't know if I return to my brother. I don't think that I say that. I was saying Elias that he's now. I really got a click in my brain when he explained everything to me. I already said about his tendency of addictions, but also when I was really bad at my lowest point of my life, I think that he said something like, "Get lost with your thoughts." Then I like, I think, whoa, how judgmental is this guy? Like, he has what, 11 to 12 years, and it's already judging me like that. But I think that this is a very special singularity of him, that he thinks that people is like him, so he treats people in the same way that he treats him, which it's kind of a duality, because if he is kind to people and treats people with love, it means that he loves himself. But when he judges people at their lowest points, it means that he's judging himself also, and also running from himself, and also seeing their symptoms in other people, which is quite crazy to me. I never imagined this kind of thing, but with my brother, this happens a lot. I wouldn't mean a lot, but I am basing off what he said originally to me this last night, this last dawn. I mean, because it wasn't night. It was like the sun were coming and we were still awake. I don't know if why I am with this the phone in my hand. Where I got nothing. I didn't talk about the most important subject, that is music, because now I realize that this monologues is really hard to keep the composure and talk about the things. I think I'll write, especially this music now, but I really think that I really remember what the most important part is, that I would have killed like 5 birds with one stone in the day of 3rd December. I don't know. It was already like a month already passed. It's crazy. It's really crazy, man. Fuck off. I think that I need a pause right now. I'm really running. I was completely wrong because, I run from Spotify Rapid. I run from my career, my choice, from my life on now on. But my mind can't stop reminiscing about, you missed this chance of seeing Pierce the Veil live. People were screaming, you could met someone cool there, and I think that most of the people go to concerts alone, and the shyness thing of yours is such bullshit, and you shouldn't be like that. And yeah, but he doesn't quite wrong in the I don't know how to put it, in the subjects that I really am interested in right now. So it's hard to him to really have good ideas, not to improve my creativity, but because I consider myself a lover of creating. I love creating. So this is not the hard part. I almost got a strain right now. This is not the hardest part at all. The hardest part is to do the thing that I don't like. Because it's okay to have their lowest and their highest points in life. It's completely okay, not only emotionally, but also skill-wise, There's people who is good at something and bad at other things, It's completely fine. But it doesn't quite seem to, manage to, as an indie person, manage to get through this subject that I'm not interested in. So yeah, I think this is why the reason why I would be a crackhead, because I just do things that give me pleasure, because creating gives me such a pleasure, and being apart from creation was such a difficult time. But now I can, I don't have the motivation anymore to play guitar only, what the fuck. Now a willpower, maybe, if I put away my libido, it's being bleeded into a lot of other activities. But I really become the jack of all trades. I'm motivated to do gym and skate, and sometimes even physical art and writing again. And Benji Lab came into my life again, so and really become amalgam for everything that I've ever did. It's crazy, right? But I can't blame myself for that. It's not a choice that I made. Yeah, I really need to get some, not confidence, but be how do I tell it? Be a guy with ammunition. I don't know what this viewers in my mind telling ammunition. Tell ammunition, boy. What the hell? How is it called? discipline. Yeah, I need discipline because I do things for pleasure. Like there's no bad side on creating. It gives me pleasure, so that's why I became so addicted in creation. With other addictions that are bad, that can cause trouble in my life, I try to cut it. Sometimes I succeed, sometimes not. But I really need to get away with doing things that I don't like to. I am such a crackhead. This is the conclusion today. Damn, son. Yeah. If at the day of December 2nd I put my hand on the guitar, I would like realize, kill the bird of being good in the instrument and paying all the effort that I put in was paying off. Second, I would kill my shyness. That is a battle that I'm not fighting it. I just running it since I don't know 2023, and sometimes slowly getting progress. The other thing is generally like getting money, which maybe the thing that I care the less. And getting recognition and spreading my art to the world and getting funds and move people's hearts, my biggest dream that I would kill. Not in that time, but if I in a perfect world. But we all know that this ain't going to happen anytime soon, at least. And that's why I almost cried. I put all the pieces together and tried so hard to keep my composure. But I would be like X. Like X is the greatest legend and my inspiration. You're probably not listening. There's a lot of yapping, but thanks for the opportunity for me to even talk. This is it. Thank you.